Hi everybody, welcome back to the Chapter 18 Study Guide videos. In the last Study Guide video, we calculated the total dividends and the per share dividends to be paid to preferred shareholders and to common shareholders under the assumption that the preferred stock was non-cumulative. In this video, we'll complete the exercise by using the same data to complete and calculate the total dividends and the per share dividends to be paid to preferred and common shareholders under the assumption that the preferred stock is cumulative preferred stock. In 20X1, there were no dividends paid. That comes from right here. 20X1, first year of operations, no dividends are paid. So of those no dividends paid, calculate how much preferred would get and how much common would get. Yes, you are absolutely right. If no dividends are paid, then obviously preferred stockholders got nothing and common stockholders also got nothing. But the difference between the non-cumulative preferred stock and the cumulative preferred stock is that in future years, when dividends or if dividends are declared and paid, the preferred shareholders are entitled to receive that $12,000 that they missed out on in year one. Under non-cumulative, they either get it or they don't. They never get to make up. But under cumulative preferred stock, what they miss out on, they're entitled to receive in the future if dividends are paid in the future. So, unpaid dividends in arrears in year one was $12,000. That's our commitment to the preferred shareholders. And no dividends were paid, therefore, we're in arrears in the payment of dividends due to our cumulative preferred shareholders. In the year 20X2, $10,000 of dividends were paid. So show how much dividends were paid to the cumulative preferred shareholders, how much were paid to common shareholders in a total amount and a per share amount, and dividends in arrears. Our obligation to the preferred shareholders is the first $12,000 of dividends paid each year. So in year two, we owe our preferred shareholders the $12,000 they did not get paid in year one, plus the $12,000 for year two. We paid them $10,000. All of it goes to the preferred, and that leaves $14,000 of dividends in arrears at the end of 20X2. And on a per share basis, the $10,000 of dividends paid to preferred divided by the 1,500 shares of preferred stock equals $6.67 of dividends paid to preferred in 20X2. In 20X3, the board declared and paid a dividend of $40,000. So please calculate and show the amount of that $40,000 of dividends that needs to be paid to preferred, how much is to be paid to common. Also show the per share basis and any dividends in arrears. Start the video again when you finish to check your work. For the cumulative preferred shareholders, we owed them in year 3 the $14,000 we had not paid them from year 1 and year 2, plus the $12,000 from year 3, that equals $26,000. So of the $40,000 of dividends paid, $26,000 is paid to preferred, and the rest, $14,000, is paid to common. That's $40,000 total dividends minus the $26,000 paid to preferred equals $14,000 paid to common. On a per share basis, $26,000 paid to preferred shareholders divided by 1,500 shares of preferred stock equals $17.33 of dividends paid per share on cumulative preferred stock, $14,000 paid to common shareholders divided by the 5,000 shares of common stock equals $2.80 per share of dividends paid to common shareholders. Well, that's all for this video, except to remind you that these last two videos are very important for your exam. There are a couple of questions that are almost identical to this on the exam, and a few other questions sprinkled around in the exam that kind of touch on this information. So you should be very comfortable with these calculations before you do your exam. See you next time.